Hello YouTube, Brent Peeler here with you. Coming to you from Valencia, here on the island of Negros Oriental on this Friday evening. Figured I'd make a quick little video, talk to y'all about, your expectations when you get to the Philippines. Can you believe all these vloggers? Can you believe me? Can you believe anybody you see on YouTube, pumping these places up? I started watching videos on the Philippines right before the pandemic happened, and was just nearly to pull the plug. Pull the trigger and come over here, and everybody got locked down. So while we was locked down, the vloggers here in the Philippines just, they made heyday. They really got popular because everybody was at home. There was nothing to do. They was locked down here in the Philippines. Lots of us was locked down back in the States. So all we had to do is sit there and watch YouTube and dream of a better place. And they painted a pretty good picture, folks. And a lot of people ask me, well, is that bullshit? Is it the way they described it? Well, I would just have to say that it's not bullshit. Yes, it is bullshit. It is bullshit, and it ain't bullshit. And depending on, I say that because I don't think it was meant to be bullshit, but I think a lot of things have changed in the 4 years since then. Technology's changed. Everybody's got these cell phones now. Everybody's on the internet now. There's more. The people over here can reach out more. They're not just stuck on these little islands and away from what's really going on in the world. So that being said, the vloggers painted a hell of a picture. But when I first got here, it was basically, everything I thought it would be, except for the, you're not near as popular as they make it out to be. You don't get off the plane and have people just, throwing themselves at your feet because you're the foreign guy. It's not like that at all. It's nice and it's a whole lot better than the West, but it's nothing like that. And I don't know if it was that way before the deal, before the pandemic, or I can really honestly say that I believe them during the pandemic that it was like that, because just think about nobody was able to go out and make money and support their families. So I'm sure lots of people was looking for an easy way out, and they still are. They still are a lot of people, that are looking for a foreign guy or whatever. But I don't think it's near. I don't think it's near like it was back then. Like I say, we was all locked in our houses and putting all our hope into what they was saying was the truth. And like I say, I really believe that a lot of them had good intentions, but at the same time, misery enjoys company, folks. I was taught that a long time ago, and if you're a miserable bastard over there in the West, you'll be a miserable bastard here. There's nothing gonna, you're not gonna just wake up over here and everything's golden. I do think if a lot of these people come across this paradise, why in the hell would you share it on YouTube and screw it up for yourself, inviting change? You'd be a fool to screw up what you got going on. So if you find a golden nugget over here in the Philippines, I'd say you probably need to keep quiet about it, or it will just be flooded and overrun, and the whole dynamic of a place changes once more people move in and more. Change brings change. So that's the one thing for certain. But if you're telling everybody how great this place is, and everybody comes, and you don't have a leg to stand on when you're talking about how good it used to be, because you're at fault for changing it. it's like that movie, the Beach or whatever, about in Thailand. I got to go over there and see that beautiful island, and that was the deal. They didn't want to tell nobody, and because you tell people, and here come the people, and that's absolutely what's happened with especially the Dumaguete area, the Philippines in general. There's been this super big number of expats and people coming here to retire and looking for that pot of gold that they was promised on YouTube or wherever they heard it from. But yeah, like I say, I can't complain. I can't say that I was misled, because I come over here last year and I scoped it out for myself. So I knew what I was getting into coming back, and it was good enough for me to come back, and I'm glad I did. But lots of people come over here and it's nothing like they expected or was told. So they leave it here with a bitter taste in their mouth, and a lot of them don't give it enough time to see it, because this place it really grows on you. When you first get here, you think, what in the hell did I get myself into? You step off the plane, it's like stepping into a third world country. But then the longer you're here, the more you get used to certain things. We're spoiled over there in the West when it comes to luxury, air conditioning, no power outages. So little things. When you get off that plane, you see the poverty. You're thinking, what the hell? Because you're used to poverty in the States. Poverty in the States means danger, usually. Drug infested, dangerous place to be after dark. It's not like that over. People over here they might not have a lot of money, but they've got everything they need. They don't want for a whole lot. They're content. It's a beautiful culture over here. It's just the people are great. They may not have a lot, but they'd give you the shirt off their back. I really believe that. And the longer you're here, the more you fall in love, or the more I did. Let me say me. I'm not going to say you, because I don't want y'all to think I'm promoting it either. This is a perfect spot for me, because it's just, I enjoy it. Like I say, I was well informed before I got here. Some things were over exaggerated, but a lot of things were just like they put out. And I know with the during the pandemic, a lot of vloggers, this was their bread and butter, the way they made their money. And so clickbait and all that stuff, and telling you what you wanted to hear, I'm sure played a little bit into it. But it made a lot of money for a lot of people over here, and 90% of it, I want to say, was fact at the time, but I'd say about 50% of that's not fact anymore, especially in your more populated areas like the Dumaguete area and stuff like that. So I still think there's lots of little jewels out there to be found. My suggestion is if you find one, keep it to yourself, because who in the hell wants to create competition for themselves, whether that be at a job you have. If you're somebody that, I'm not even going to get into that. There's certain bloggers that I've listened to, and I thought, now why in the hell would you tell anybody that if that's how you make your money? But that's just one of those deals. Some people are genuine, like to share, but they're either just not very, a total fucking idiot for creating more competition for themselves, or they're just, maybe they don't need the money. I don't know. But when you got something good, if it was as good as everybody said, everybody would come here and never leave. But you see, there's an open door of people coming and going here, folks. It's not like there's very, I wouldn't say very few, but there's more people that come and leave than people that come and stay. And maybe that's because they've got a certain thing they're looking for. And when you're over here, there's several countries close by that you can go to cheap, that like say Thailand, Vietnam's coming the hot spot. There's Malaysia, there's Indonesia, Bali. and all these places are cheap, got cheap cost of living. I'd say as cheap or pretty close to the Philippines, but you get more bang for your buck. I'm not trying to make a negative video on the Philippines. I do. I love it over here. This is a place for me. But I was raised, you know, out in the country, so I'm not used to all the luxury that most Americans are. You know, most people are, you know, they want a condo with a pool, with a gym, with a mall next door. I don't need that. Matter of fact, I don't want that. I can't stand being around that many people. I'm not a city guy. They say BGC and Makati and all those places. I did live in Cebu City for a month. It's just not for me. They said, like I say, BGC and Makati, you can have all those luxuries, not have to worry about brownouts. But I don't mind that kind of stuff. Yes, they're a pain in the ass, they're annoying, but I would much rather be in a rural area with the I wouldn't say quiet, because there's nothing quiet here in the Philippines, folks. There's roosters going 24/7. You might not have to put up with that in BGC. I don't know. I've spent 2 nights in BGC, probably 4 or 5 in Makati. I was in a big, tall motel, so I couldn't tell you about the roosters there. But yes, everything's, you're close to everything. You're close to the airport that'll fly you anywhere. That's the trouble with Dumaguete, is you either got to fly to Cebu or Manila before you can get anywhere. Manila, straight shot anywhere you want to go, pretty much internationally or here locally. So keep that in mind if you're wanting to, even if you're wanting to just do a little island hopping. It sure makes it handy to just pay for 1 plane ticket instead of 2, no matter where you want to go. Because like I say, here you got to go to Cebu first or Manila, and before you can get to your destination. Then you might still have to take a ferry or 2 to get where you're going. So, but yeah, I think for the most part, most of the vloggers we're trying to be totally honest, transparent, and tell you the good things about the Philippines. But there's those that, and you can still find them on there today, and you know, by some of their clickbait shit that they put on here, you know, and you know, talking about issues that we back in the West want to hear about, and we want that hope that there is a place that they're describing. So just keep that in mind. The Philippines is a great place, folks, but it's not going to be everything you've heard on these YouTube channels. A lot of it's pretty close, but some of it is way off. Anyway, folks, that's all I got for now. This is Prince Trippin'. Peace.